channel. So today we're going to go through all of the eyeshadow pans I've hit so far for the year. I will be doing a separate video where I go through all of my eyeshadow pans in my collection, maybe even all the pans in my collection. But that will be probably in a week or two. I'm just going to go through anything that I've hit pan on this year so far, and this is not at all to brag. So I just wanted to just like share it because I know a lot of people like to see eyeshadow pans, and you see it in various videos anyway, but now you can see like the actual numbers and how long it took me to hit pan in these particular shadows this year. So what I'll do, I don't recall obviously the number of times I went into the shadow before I hit pan. So I'll put it on the screen when I'm editing what the number is so that you can see the total uses and get like an average of like how long it took me to hit pan on these. I have 27 pans so far for the year, which I think is a pretty decent number. And you know, it's kind of on par with I think last year. Last year I think I ended up with maybe 50-ish eyeshadow pans. I'll put it on the screen again. I don't know. I should have all these written down, but I'm not very prepared. So let's just go through them. A lot of these you would already know if you follow all of my eyeshadow project pan projects. But anyway, here they are. So no particular order, but we're going to start with this one. This is from Makeup Factory. This is the Gold Selection palette. This was in my Pan Those Eyeshadows, and I hit pan in this middle shade, honestly, just last month. So this one was pretty recent. But yeah, this is a nice little 9 pan and no complaints there. I have also hit pan in this one. This is from Gloss Gods. It's the New Neutrals palette. I don't know if you can get this. I haven't really seen it on their site, but maybe you can. And I hit pan recently, honestly, just last week in this shade right here. This was part of my Pan in Every palette series. So I picked the shade and I wanted to hit pan in that. It's one of these like chunky, easier shades to hit pan on, and so I have. So that's number 2. Then I also have a pan in my Cosmic Beauty Neutrals palette. So this one was rolled into my Pan Those Eyeshadows pretty much as soon as I bought the palette because I only just got this year. I have to be careful because the black shade in here is breaking and crumbling and honestly ruining everything. I think I'm going to get rid of it like I have in my Serenity palette. But anyway, I hit pan in this shade called Chic, which is a very easy lid setting shade. So it wasn't very hard to hit pan. Honestly, I don't think it took that many uses either. I've also hit pan another Gloss Gods. This is the What's Your Power? And this one was in my Project Level Up, and it was my level 5 as of last year. And I only just hit the 5th pan sometime around the beginning of this year, which was this one right here, which is called Ambitious. And it is this lovely yellow, which I don't have many of those types of yellows in my collection. So it's still a joy to use, but it just took a really long time, I feel like, to finally hit pan in that. I rolled it in the summer of last year, and I thought I'll get so much use on this, and then I didn't. And then the autumn came and I was like, I don't want to use this, but I had to. Okay, another one that I've hit pan in is from the Glamshop. This is the Rich Romantic palette. This was rolled into my Pan Those Eyeshadows, and I hit pan in this shade right here, which I really, really love. But honestly, I love all the shimmers in this palette. I've done a 3 looks 1 palette, so if you haven't watched that, go check it out. Another one I've hit pan on is from Cosmic Beauty. This is the Muse palette. So this one, I've noticed, does not have black shade. So there are no crumbly shades in this one. And I am going to give it extra points for that because I've just realized that. And I'm really getting annoyed with their black shades in their palettes because all of them are breaking on me. Anyway, so this is the one that I hit pan on. This was rolled into my Pan in Every palette. I think it was that one. And I purposely picked that shade because I had already had a bit of use. It's kind of a creamy shimmer, as you can see, and very, very beautiful. It's one of these pink to gold peachy shades, which I personally really love, especially for this time of year. Then we also have another one. This is from Gloss Gods. It's the Look for Rainbows palette. This is my Pan That palette in order, and so I'm trying to hit pan pretty much in every shade. I already had 1 pan when I rolled it into the project this year. So since then I've hit pan in this one, and this one. I'm currently trying to work on this shade right now, which is taking a little bit longer because it is not as creamy and malleable as the other one. Still very, very pretty. It's very similar to the Muse shade where it's a pink with a gold reflex. Very pretty, but it's taking a little bit longer. I've hit pan in 2 of my ColourPop singles, so let's just go through those really quickly. These were rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows. I always have one of my ColourPop singles rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows because I want to get some pans and I want to get used, and I feel like it's a good way to not neglect them. So this one is from the Blue Moon palette. It is the shade Moonlight, and I hit pan in this pretty recently. I think just last month or right at the end of the previous month, somewhere very, very recently, I hit pan in this shade. I also hit pan in this Super Shock, which is from the Sweet Talk palette, and this one is called Side to Side. And because it's a Super Shock shade, it actually took me a little bit longer than the Moonlight shade, for instance, because it just, you don't need a lot of it for these ones. So I actually had this in the project for quite a long time, but I finally hit pan in it a couple months ago. I'm very pleased that I did. So anyway, I'm pleased that the last, I would say, couple of months, I've hit pan in 2 of my ColourPop singles, which is pretty cool. I do have currently a ColourPop single still rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows, but I have not hit pan in it yet. Next up, we've got Lethal Cosmetics. This is the Avatar Air palette. This is my current project level up palette, so I had to hit 4 pans in here. I've done 1 so far, which I've already kind of spoken about in videos. This is a little bit, still a spoiler from my overall update, but that my update won't go live until, I guess, a week or 2 from now. So I do want to still try to hit pan in this shade, and this shade. And I feel like this shade I'm pretty close because it might not be noticeable, but there is a significant dip in here and they're pretty shallow. And then this one I've been really enjoying, this Yip Yip shade. It's really this middle one that I'm a little bit worried that it's going to take me a long time just because I'm not going into it all that much. It's a blue, but it flips very, very, very silvery, so it's a very easy shade to use. I'm just trying to concentrate on these 2 at the moment before I go into that one. But yeah, I hit pan on the Moon Peach this year. Then I also have one of my Pan That palettes. This is the Ultra Ego Shadow Kiss. So this won't be a surprise. I just posted my Pan That palette update, but I've hit 4 pans so far this year in this palette. So I've hit pan this one, pan this one, this one, this one, and this one. This one's a little bit trickier to see. Hopefully you can see that. And definitely by the end of the year, I will have more pans in here. Obviously, that is the goal. It is one of my Pan That palettes. And then my other Pan That palette, we'll just get these out of the way because they're not really spoilers, is my Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty. And this one, again, I've also hit 4 pans this year, which would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. I already had a pan in this one and this one before rolling it in this year. So yeah, this one I should hope we'll have more pans by the end of the year as well. That's the goal, but we will see. So I've also hit pan in my Glamshop Sora Betty palette. This one rolled in to my Pan in Every palette. It's this one right here called Midas. It's a really, really gorgeous shade. It looks green. I keep saying it looks green, but it flips blue. I'm gonna prove it to you. It also has like purple to it. I mean, you can see it's green there, but I swear it has blue, it has purple and pink. It is such an interesting shade. I love it. But still very, like, isn't that gorgeous? That is so interesting. It's such an interesting shade. Hopefully it comes across on camera because it has, it's definitely a multi-chrome because it's not just like 2 shades. Anyway, I hit pan in that shade really recently. Then we have my Club Nebula from Kaleidos. This one was a project level up palette. I was working on 3 shades because this is my level 3, and I hit pan in Astro, in Queen of Blades, and Naru. The other pans I had already had in there. So that one's got quite a lot of pans, quite a lot of use, and love this palette for sure. I also hit pan in my Ensley Rain Flower of Moon palette. This was rolled in to my Pan Those eyeshadows, and I chose to work on this shade. And this one I hit pan towards the beginning of the year. Honestly, haven't even gone back into this palette. I want to because it's so gorgeous, but also I think just with everything that's happened with the brand, it's just like put a bitter taste in my mouth. But I do want to go into these shades because it's such a waste. They're absolutely gorgeous. I just never do. Another one I've hit pan on is the Beauty Bay Midnight palette. This one was rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows, and I hit pan in this Periwinkle shade right here. That was a really beautiful shade. I love periwinkle. I've got really into periwinkle blues this year. And then last but not least, I hit pan in my Sample Beauty palette. This is the Equalizer Volume 2. I've got a lot of pans in here, but the one that I hit pan on this year is this one called Sweet. I think I went into it like twice and then I hit pan on it because I'd already had some use, and this was also in my Pan Those eyeshadows. Cool. All right, so those are all of the eyeshadow pans that I have hit so far this year. I'm pleased with it. I think the number is really good. Honestly, it doesn't really matter though. If you've only hit pan in 1 or 2 or 50 shades, it really doesn't matter as long as you're using your makeup. I don't think it should be measured in that way, but it is also fun to track, right? That's why I'm doing it. I like to track things. I like my little stats. That's just who I am. But honestly, it doesn't matter. If you haven't even hit any eyeshadow pans, but you're just playing with your makeup and you're loving makeup, it's about using your makeup, right? At the end of the day, I just like to see a little shiny pan. So obviously I have all of these eyeshadow projects that I partake in, and that helps me hit pan in shades. If I didn't do all the projects that I do, would I still hit pan in everything? I would probably have pans organically, but it would not be 27 by this point. It just wouldn't be. That's just not how it goes. But anyway, that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.